Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's me, Winterwood. Today we are starting on case 2, Death on Wheels. So yeah guys, we just finished case 1 a few days ago. Let's move on and start case 2. Hello Deputy Will, first off let me congratulate you on your first successful investigation in Pacific Bay. You did a great job and I know Amy was thrilled. You really showed her the ropes. You won't be working with her today, however. Frank's just got back from his anger management course, and I'd like you to do a shift with him. Frank Knight. Here he comes, and yes, I know he looks a bit of a slob, but he's a great detective, deep inside. Hello, Andrea. Miss me? Anger management, what a bore. If taxpayers knew how we waste our money, we went to Beer Fest instead. That's Chief Marquez, if you don't mind, and we'll have a talk about this Beer Fest thing a bit later. For now, let me introduce you to Deputy Will. I'm wearing that lifeguard hat. You'll be working together from now on. Oh, so you're the new cop in town, Deputy Will. Funny you chose to come to this hellhole of a city. Anyway, why don't you let me show you around, Deputy Will. Amy took you to the bright side of Ocean Shore. I'll show you the underbelly. Can you smell it, Will? Exhaust fumes, alcohol, and piss. The true blend of Pacific Bay. This neighborhood is usually busy, but no scum on the horizon here. Everything's quiet. Too quiet. God damn. What the? It's those street racers again. Those creeps like to show off in big cars, running the streets like it's a racing track, causing accidents everywhere they go. Guess you're right, Will. We better go take a look. I got a feeling this is going to be a long night. What did I tell you? Street racers, worthless scum. Nah, this kind of scene is the reason why I need to down a drink every morning. Let's rule out accident, Deputy Will. This is murder. This creep looks like he wanted to play rough, but he ended up like an open egg. That would explain why everyone left the crime scene. Those punks didn't want to be involved, but you got a point. We can register the car as our murder weapon. His wallet says his name is Carlos Antonio. He'll be better off in the autopsy room. With this makeover, he's just Roxy's type now. What the heck, Frank? Are you sure you want to repair those car pieces? Well, you're the one who leads here, so let's see what you can do. Uh-oh, that GPS device you just picked seems locked. And let's be honest, I'm not computer compatible, so first round's on me if you manage to decode it. Alright, so you repaired the car steering wheel, and what do you intend to do with it now, genius? Oh, alright, I guess Jan could have a look at the wheel for us. He doesn't look like a car expert to me, but he surprised me before. I can hear my neighbors talking outside. Why are they playing outside at this hour? Oh, it is summer, I guess, for them. Or not summer, I mean the weekend for them, I guess. So they don't have school or anything, but like, come on, don't you guys have like curfew at least? Okay, whatever. Well, Deputy Will, looks like you managed to decode this GPS device. This ain't too bad, I guess. Now, you did this. We'll know where the killer's car was coming from before it crashed here. Huh, how does that thing work? Oh, I see. The last entry of the GPS is 42 Sunny Glades Estates, Ocean Shore. Glades Estates? Talk about high standards. Deputy Will, you drive. Oh wait, this is not a crime scene? Oh wait. Hey, anybody home? Wakey wakey, it's the Pacific Bay PD. The door was unlocked. That's not very safe, you know. Hey, yo, what's up? Well, Frank, it's you. How do you... I'm having the worst hangover here. I was at a party last night. Gotta get my hands on painkillers. Derek Stone, you live here? You really went up in the world? Last time I saw you, you were living in a piece of trash project in the suburbs. I know, right? Did you ever think I'd be living in such a lavish crib? But tell me, who's the new cop, yo? It's Deputy Will to you, Derek. And we're here because some punk named Carlos Antonio was killed with a car. And the trail leads straight to your apartment. So just sit tight and shut up. Deputy Will search your place and ask you a few questions. A pile of panties. Seriously, I'll let you handle them, Deputy Will. I don't know what happened here exactly, but I'll leave it to your imagination. Frank, I don't even want to know either. And that photograph you picked up is torn to shreds. Seems someone wasn't too happy about this picture. You might want to try and sort this mess out, please. I'm still feeling groggy from yesterday's beer fest. Alright, Deputy Will, don't let this guy con you. There's more to him than some brain-dead party banger. Believe me, he knows how to trick people. He's been running many illegal errands, smuggling, stealing, drug trade, you name it, and somehow he's never been caught yet. Oh crap, Derek's back. We should talk to him. So Derek, Carlos was killed with a car, skull rubbed in half, in the middle of a street race. The GPS of the car proved it parked in front of your place sometime before Carlos was murdered. You followed a GPS, pretty clever of you, but I didn't think you knew how they worked, Frank. And anyway, what has got to do with me? You're the one who hosted the party. You must have seen something. That is, if you didn't kill Carlos yourself. Easy there. You know how messed up things can get when the party's getting crunk, man. I was too busy with the girls to take care about Carlos, yo. That explains the panties. And why bother anyway? Carlos was a sorry, broke douche, always asking people for money. He would always treat me as his personnel, a social worker or something. Embarrassing, yo. Looks like I can't help you. I don't know anything about any car, and pretty much anyone could have killed Carlos. Good luck finding who, Deputy Will. I wonder what we're gonna find in this pile of atrocities. What has he hid? Well, Will, it appears you found a lost phone among the panties left over here. It's locked. I'll let you handle the helm on this one, Will. Those stupid computer phones and we don't get along too well. Looks like we got ourselves a suspect. Alright, and I'm broke out of stars. I also do not know how to... There we go. Looks like you managed to fix this photo you found in Derek's apartment after all, Will. You're right, this is our victim, Carlos Antonio. It looks like he's having the time of his life, but who's the girl on his arm? Blondies like her are a dime a dozen in this town. How are we supposed to track this particular one down? Good idea, Will. Let's have Hannah activate her geekly people radar protocol in this picture. Thank goodness. I was running low on stars already. The kids are still playing outside. Why did I choose that one? Whoops. You managed to find the right code for this phone you found at Derek's apartment. Not bad at all, Will. I should let you program my VCR one day. Ask me that in 5 years. How vain can this guy be? Picturing himself on his phone screensaver. You're right. At least we know it belonged to our victim. But even though you seem to have skills, letting Hannah take care of the phone would be wiser. Don't you agree? Yes, I agree. Let's ship it to her. I'm running out of stars. I'm running out of energy. I don't have anything right now. So, yeah. I'm fine with analysis. Oh boy, the body you brought me was such a mess. Did you see his skull? It was wide open like a strawberry jam jar. What a masterpiece. See, Deputy Will, I told you she liked him. So Roxy, what happened to our victim exactly? Well, the cause of death is obvious. The contact of his skull against the concrete while the car was driving turned his brain into a real slushy. Thanks for the image, Roxy. Now I want to throw up everything I drank yesterday at Beer Fest. Anything else? Well, yes, the victim had many fresh bruises on his fist, which proves he didn't go down without a fight. He must have punched his killer very hard before yielding. That means we're looking for someone with bruises. That shouldn't be too hard to notice, Will. Sending me the steering wheel was a brilliant hunch, Will. I found out Carlos's killer forced the ignition to steal the car. Clearly your killer has good knowledge of mechanics, because those fancy cars can't be stolen by your run-of-the-mill delinquent. Well, that's because the steering wheel came from a street racing car. Gosh darn street racers. If Andrea let me do it my way, all this flotsam would already be in jail. Temper, Frank. As a monk told me when I was in Tibet, preoccupied with a single leaf, you won't see the tree. If you say so, let's just keep in mind that our killer is good at mechanics, shall we, Deputy Will? Thanks for bringing me the victim's phone, Will. Reading the messages totally brought me up to date on the latest slang going on around town. Here's one message sent to your victim that caught my eye. It was sent a few hours ago before the killing. Act right or I'm gonna chop your body up. Just saying. The name of the sender is Sean Bailey. I retrieved his address and uploaded it to your tablet, Deputy Will. Tablet? What happened to pen and paper? Anyway, Will, let's go find this Sean Bailey. The girl in the picture you found at Derek's apartment is Memphis Banach. She dropped out of school when she was 15 and found shelter in the street racing community. That's how she became your victim's girlfriend. I never understand how you can figure this stuff out. Do you get through people's garbage or what? It was all on her FriendNet profile. You know FriendNet, right? Of course I remember FriendNet. I met the guy who owned it. It's what the kids call a social network. Well, the kids can go shove it. But you're right, Deputy Will. We need to have a talk with this Memphis Banach right away. Carlos was killed? For real? Oh man, Carlos and I were friends. I'll be missing him, yo. Is that so? If we are to consider the last message you texted him, you had it in for him. I was just kidding with him, that's all. This text was just a joke. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he just go ballistic randomly. I was here to bring him back to some kind of sane. But even though he was the violent kind, he was my brother, yo. Carlos always wanted to prove he was a tough guy. Arm wrestling, gambling, you name it. He meant trouble. Many people wanted him gone, yo. But I personally never had any beef with Carlos. I loved him, you know what I'm saying? So whoever killed him, I really hope you backed him soon, Deputy. True that. Oh, Carlos, my poor Carlos. I told him it was too dangerous to stay in the street racing game, and now he's dead. Oh, what am I gonna do, Deputy? You were told you and Carlos were in a relationship, is that right? How did you meet him? I met him at a strip club. I was just starting this whole new career. He spent all his money on me. That was so cute. Then he showed me his ride, and well, you know. Do you have a clue about who might have killed him? Carlos had many rivals in his car racing thing, but he wouldn't tell me about it. He said I couldn't understand the street business. The only thing he asked from me was to love him and be pretty, and I did just that. Well, this Memphis kid looks quite harmless, and the crime was not an act. But you're right, Will. As Jan would say, things are seldom what they seem, or like I say, this stinks. So let's keep an eye on her. Later at the station. Alright, well, the beer fest got me a massive headache, but let's try and sum up the whole thing, okay? Carlos Antonio, some low-rent gangsta, was killed with a car during a street race. So far, all we know is that our killer is a good mechanic and that they got away with a few bruises. The car Carlos was killed with came from Derek Stone's place, and he claims, of course, that he was hosting a party there while the murder occurred. As for Sean Bailey, we got proof he threatened Carlos, but he pretends it was some kind of bro joke. Deputy Will, you gotta see this. Your murder has gone viral. Viral? What does a virus have to do with a good old car crashing? Frank, you're so old, man. That means all over the internet, Frank. Someone has uploaded a video of the murder on Trendvid, the online videos website. You got to take a look at this. Deputy Will, you're here. Quick, you gotta see this. Videos of Carlos Antonio's murder ended up on Trendvid, the online videos website. Unfortunately, you can never see the car's driver, but one of the videos showed a car parked in front of a tattoo parlor, Oceanic Tattoos, before the murder. The video is the work of a certain Becky Walden, some photo addict blogger with a taste for the sensational. The deaf enthusiast with a camera. Agreed, Will. Something's wrong with this Becky Walden. Let's go talk to her. And following the car means following the killer's trail. Let's have a look at this Oceanic Tattoos place. Well, Will, have you found further proof that the killer stopped here before the murder? A bunch of magazines. Nah, I'll let you do the digging. I'm short of sleep. Can't think straight and all. Good call. This shift sheet could tell us who was working here when the killer parked outside. But it's faded. What a bummer. Could you give it a try? So, Becky, tell us why you posted those videos of Carlos Antonio's murder on Trendvid. Well, duh, for people to see it. It's the most popular video on the site. At first, I thought this was just some kind of stunt for a movie, but when I saw this poor guy's skull smashed like a piñata, I knew it would make a big hit. You're one pretty weird lady, I hope you know that. And how convenient that you didn't take one single shot at the car's driver, almost like you tried not to. Believe me, if I could have gotten that shot, I would have, but I still got a bunch of pictures left to check. Maybe I'll get lucky. Don't bother, kid. Just give Deputy Will your phone so we can have a look at these pictures ourselves. Well, Will, there's a bunch of pictures of our killer's car in this phone. Do you see any common elements? Alright, the same motorbike pops up on most of the photos, but there's never a good shot of it. So I'm not sure I get your point, Will. You think we can create a mock-up of that bike by comparing the different photos together? Sure, we can give it a try. And by we, I mean you. I quit since telephones started to behave like spaceship consoles. Bro, what the heck? Well, Will, searching through the stack of magazines from the tattoo party you found? A butterfly knife? It's been a while, I haven't seen one of these babies, and this one seems some action. What was it used for? Gotcha, Will. Let's not take any chances and ship the knife off to Jan for analysis. That's the shift schedule you just fixed says that Sean Bailey was working when the killer parked right in front of Oceanic Tattoos. You're right, we already know he was close to evade them, and there's something with this not-so-friendly text that he sent before he died. So if you saw something, we're gonna make him talk, right, Will? The motorbike you spot on the photos Becky Walden took with her phone is a Sawa motorcycle. You're right, Will. Hannah can track the owner of this one motorbike model. Let's just send it to her. Do you recognize this car, Sean? It parked where you work at Oceanic Tattoos. I see what car you're talking about. It's a beauty, and I know my stuff. Mechanics are more than a hobby to me. Good. Carlos's killer parked it there, so who was driving it? Well, many people came during my shift, and we keep no records of them. They just come, get tattoos, and go. It could have been anyone. All this is weird, you know. Last time I saw Carlos, he was having a good time at Dirk's party. I just can't get that he's gone, man. I just hope Memphis is doing fine. It's a man's world out there, you know what I'm saying? And she needs a good man to look after her. course, Sean hasn't seen anything. They never do, anyway. Sean mentioned going to Derek's party. Seems most of our suspects went there at some point or another. Better go have another look at that flat then. I suppose you picking up these shreds of paper is another one of your superior hunches, Will. Don't mind me, you're just reminding me of the old days. All that enthusiasm is exhausting. This document you just fixed is a complaint form saying that Memphis Banach was about to press charges against Carlos Antonio. What did that punk do to her? Don't know for you, but all that legal nonsense is giving me a headache, Will. Let's just send this over to Hannah. She's the one qualified. Do you remember me telling you Carlos's killer has stolen that car by forcing the ignition on the steering wheel, Deputy Will? Well, my instincts told me that the butterfly knife you found in the tattoo parlor had something to do with it, so I compared it to the damage on the steering wheel. And there can be no place for doubt, the butterfly knife was used by your killer to steal the car. And that's not all. The killer left you a valuable souvenir on that knife, particles of marijuana on the knife handle. Your killer was smoking weed while they forced the ignition. Couldn't wait for the proper fix then. You're right, Will. No matter how high the killer is, all we need to remember is that they're partial to marijuana. I had a look at the motorcycle you identified on Becky Walden's pictures. It appears to belong to Naomi Suzuki. She's been keeping tabs on street racers in the past years, hoping to have them locked up. She's never broken the law, but has gone pretty close to it. That's why people on the internet start to call her the Justice Rider, and she customized her bike herself. Needless to say, she's a true mechanics whiz. Dude, I'm so in love with her. She's so hot on her Japanese Sawa motorcycle. Oh, and the suit she's wearing. Ba-ba-boom. Wait, don't you have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever? I do have a girlfriend, Frank, but it doesn't mean I can't have a crush on someone else. I guess. I mean, like, celebrity crushes, sure, but, like, I wouldn't blatantly say all this out loud, you know? Okay, well, you're right, Will. Naomi is not only against street racers, but she was around on our crime scene more than enough to go have a chat with her. Hey, Frank, give the girl a chance. She's on our side. I know she's innocent, so go easy on her, okay? Judging from this document you brought me, Memphis was about to press charges against Carlos Antonio for assault and battery. Assault and battery? So Carlos was beating up Memphis? More and more sounds like that punk is better dead than alive. You got a point, Will. Now the question is, who tore the complaint form? Was it Carlos, Memphis, or somebody else? Right. Whoever did this, we gotta ask Memphis about that complaint. Miss Suzuki, we know you were on the crime scene when Carlos Antonio died. Did you see anything? Well, I saw a street racing car with a guy shot on the hood. Of course, I stopped to watch it. I wish I had seen who was driving it. I had shaken their hands. Carlos and his gang put the lives of citizens in jeopardy. Someone has to stand up, because you, the police, are too slow. The way Carlos died should be the fate reserved to all those street racing scums. I hope what happened today will set an example. I'll let you ponder on that while I'll be doing your job. And Hannah wants us to go easy on her? Now that's one woman on a mission, and with a serious grudge going on too. You're right, we need to keep her in our suspect book. Who knows how far she might have gone to make sure Carlos wouldn't be a problem anymore. Memphis, we know about the beatings. Did Carlos keep you from returning him to the police? Oh, you fixed the form. Why would you do that? I never have testified against him. You know how men are. It's nothing to get all upset about. I guess I'm impulsive sometimes, you know. Sometimes I just can't think straight, but once I cooled down, I knew I had to get rid of the complaint form. So yeah, I tore it off. So what? Carlos was a sweet person, you know. All he cared about was me and his car. He gave me mechanics lessons because he thought his girl should know her way under a car's hood. Well, he knew his way on top of the car's hood. I can't imagine. Well, at least now, sweet, Carlos won't beat you up again. Why would you listen to me? Carlos was an angel. You don't know anything about anything. Just get out of here, you jerk. Memphis got a temper. Dude, everyone in this case has a temper. Maybe she just figured out a better way to get rid of her problem. I almost hope that's what she did, Will. I mean, that's fair. All those basket cases we've been dealing with, they're getting on my nerves. I'm gonna need a sip of gold stag here. So we have that dweeb who gets her kicks out of filming murders. Isn't that just sick? Jesus Christ. It was not forget our high-tempered stripper who may have just snapped and killed her boyfriend who used to beat her up. Deputy Will, you gotta hear me out. I've been digging into Naomi Suzuki's past, and what I discovered is shocking. Her whole family died in a car crash years ago, and you'll never guess who was driving. Yeah, that'll be it for today's video. So, thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Get out.